Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, General Hospital. General Hospital spoilers. Michael and Sasha will share a new secret soon. A baby on board. General Hospital spoilers claim Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, and Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Sophia Matson, had a one-night stand, and it makes the most sense that they won't be sharing that news with anyone anytime soon. Or ever. At least that's what they think right now. Sasha knows her relationship with Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, is over, but she also knows it would hurt him to hear she traipsed off and slept with someone else right away. Her ex, no less. Michael doesn't think his marriage needs the added stress of his drunken mistake. But both of their worlds will be upside down in a few weeks' time when Sasha discovers she's having Michael's baby. General Hospital spoilers. Michael Corinthos and Willow Tait could work it out. Right now, it's too soon to say whether Michael has some kind of nefarious scheme up his sleeve that will eventually make Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, lies blow up in her face right alongside his uncle, Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson. When Michael said he felt they could get past one kiss, fans questioned how much emphasis was on one. Rightfully so. Michael was furious when he found out from Sasha that this wasn't a one-time event, and so him putting Willow on the spot and asking if there was anything else she needed to tell him could have been his way of teeing up his takedown. Or he could be genuine. Michael may want to actually put this in the past, given his latest jaunt outside of his marriage with his ex-girlfriend that may have left him feeling rather guilty. GA spoilers. Leak the guilt really is bad enough. Sasha and Michael both woke up in that hotel room feeling rather horrible about what they had clearly done. Two old friends coming together to lick their wounds might not sound like the worst possible outcome. To many, it's not nearly as bad as Drew dipping into his nephew's marriage with his wife, while also sleeping with that wife's mother. But the reality is that Drew and Willow haven't jumped into bed with each other while Michael and Sasha have. Since Willow is already bound to be angry with Sasha for spilling the beans about Drew to Cody, that may give her cover to not have to engage with her bestie. But that won't tame the guilt, and the closer Michael and Willow grow again, the more he may begin to regret his one-night stand with Sasha too. General Hospital spoilers. This changes everything. Nothing will come as a bigger shock than the news that Sasha is expecting. The last time she went through this, she was scared to tell Brando Corbin, Johnny Wachter, the truth but relieved when he was over the moon about it. She'll have no doubt that she won't get the same response from Michael. She can't very well pretend the child is Cody's, her cousin. They never even slept together. Will Sasha jump ship and leave Port Charles? Will she try to finesse the situation to pretend the baby is someone else's? And if so, will Michael accept that narrative from her? Or will Sasha go through a pregnancy alone while Michael tries to navigate how to tell his wife? Or possibly never tell her? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers to find out. General Hospital. Michael and Sasha's secret baby. The Port Charles drama is about to take a wild turn for Michael Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore Corbin. The two former flames find themselves tangled up in a one-night stand that could have life-changing consequences, all while trying to keep it hidden from those closest to them. But with secrets this big, it's only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down. Michael Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore Corbin had always shared a special bond. They'd been through the highs and lows of love, loss, and heartbreak together, even when life took them on separate paths. But as life in Port Charles often proves, old flames can ignite in unexpected ways. It had all started on an evening when Michael was at his lowest, reeling from the unraveling of his marriage with Willow Tait. Sasha, meanwhile, was dealing with her own heartbreak. Her relationship with Cody Bell had recently ended, leaving her vulnerable and raw. In a moment of weakness, one drink turned into several, And before they knew it, they found themselves wrapped in each other's arms once again. When morning came, reality hit hard. Michael woke up with a heavy heart, realizing the gravity of what they'd done. He couldn't bear to complicate his already fragile marriage with Willow. Sasha, too, felt a pang of regret, knowing that Cody would be hurt if he found out she had turned to her ex. They both agreed that this was a one-time mistake that they'd take to their graves. But in the world of Port Charles, secrets rarely stay there. Sasha's shocking discovery. A few weeks later, Sasha began to feel off. She chopped it up to stress at first, the emotional turmoil from her recent breakup, and the unresolved guilt over her night with Michael. But the symptoms persisted, and soon they became impossible to ignore. A sinking feeling grew within her as she finally took a pregnancy test. The result was positive. The reality hit her like a tidal wave. She was carrying Michael's child. The one-night stand that she and Michael had vowed to keep a secret was no longer something that could simply fade into the past. Now Sasha faced an agonizing decision. Should she tell Michael the truth and risk shattering his world, or keep it to herself and raise the baby on her own? Michael's strained marriage with Willow. While Sasha grappled with her newfound pregnancy, Michael was struggling to repair his crumbling marriage with Willow. Despite learning about her betrayal with his uncle, Drew, Michael wanted to move past it. His anger still lingered, but he told himself that forgiveness was the key to keeping his family together. However, the news of Sasha's pregnancy could change everything. As Michael and Willow attempted to mend their relationship, he couldn't shake the guilt gnawing at him from his own indiscretion. Even though Willow knew nothing of his one-night stand, every tender moment he shared with her was tinged with a fear that his secret might one day come to light. The irony of the situation weighed heavily on Michael. He had always prided himself on his loyalty and commitment to family, but now he was carrying a secret that could destroy everything he held dear. Sasha's dilemma: to tell or not to tell. Sasha was in turmoil. Her instincts told her that Michael had a right to know, yet she dreaded how he might react. Michael was committed to making his marriage work, and she feared her pregnancy would only drive him deeper into guilt and resentment. Moreover, she couldn't imagine how Willow would react if she found out. The news of her best friend being pregnant with her husband's child would be devastating. Sasha's heart ached at the thought of the pain she would cause Willow, someone who had been like a sister to her for years. But the alternative, keeping such a monumental secret, felt equally impossible. She thought of leaving Port Charles, but could she truly walk away from everything and everyone she cared about? Michael's growing suspicion. As weeks went by, Michael couldn't help but notice that Sasha seemed different. There was a subtle distance in her eyes, an unspoken burden weighing her down. He couldn't quite place it, but he sensed that something was troubling her. One evening, during a chance encounter, he pressed her gently, asking if everything was okay. Sasha's face paled, but she managed to brush him off, claiming that she was just overwhelmed with work and the fallout from her breakup with Cody. Michael accepted her answer, but a seed of doubt was planted. In the back of his mind, he couldn't shake the feeling that Sasha was hiding something. Sasha's decision to confide in Nina. In her confusion and desperation, Sasha turned to one of the few people she trusted completely, Nina Reeves. Over coffee at Kelly's diner, she broke down and revealed everything. Nina listened intently, her face a mixture of shock and sympathy. "Are you sure it's Michael's?" Nina asked gently, though she already knew the answer. Sasha nodded, her eyes brimming with tears. "There's no one else. And I can't pretend it's Cody's. He'd see right through it." Nina took a deep breath, weighing her words carefully. "You need to tell Michael, Sasha. He deserves to know. And no matter how difficult it may be, it's better than keeping this a secret. These things have a way of coming out eventually. Sasha knew Nina was right, but fear gripped her heart. How could she tell Michael the truth, knowing it could destroy his marriage? The heartbreaking reveal. In the end, Sasha decided that honesty was the only way forward. She arranged to meet Michael privately and braced herself for the most difficult conversation of her life. Sitting across from him, she took a deep breath and blurted out the truth, tears streaming down her face. "Michael, I'm pregnant, and it's yours." Michael sat in stunned silence, his mind reeling as he tried to process the bombshell. The ground seemed to shift beneath him as the weight of Sasha's words settled in. He thought of Willow, of their struggling marriage, and of the betrayal that now lay between him and his best friend. How could this happen? He stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. Sasha looked down, her face awash with shame. "I didn't mean for it to, Michael. It was a mistake, a terrible, awful mistake. But now it's real, and we have to figure out what to do. Protecting Willow or embracing fatherhood." Michael's mind was a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Part of him wanted to embrace his responsibility as a father, to be there for Sasha and the child they had inadvertently created. But another part of him knew that revealing the truth to Willow could shatter her, and their marriage, beyond repair. Over the following days, Michael wrestled with the decision. He met with Sasha again and told her he needed time to think. Meanwhile, he struggled to keep his secret under wraps, doing his best to maintain a facade of normalcy with Willow. As the days passed, however, the weight of his guilt began to consume him. Every time he looked at Willow, he felt a pang of guilt that grew harder and harder to ignore. Willow's intuition. Unbeknownst to Michael, Willow had begun to sense that something was amiss. She noticed how distant and preoccupied he seemed, and though she had initially chalked it up to the lingering tension from their recent troubles, she couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to it. One evening, as they sat together in their living room, she finally mustered the courage to confront him. "Michael," she said softly, "is there something you're not telling me? I feel like you're holding something back." Michael's heart raced as he struggled to maintain his composure. He wanted to tell her everything, but he knew that doing so could destroy the life they had built together. He took her hand, forcing a reassuring smile. "Willow, I'm just dealing with a lot right now. But I love you, and I want us to work through this." A new secret born. In the end, Michael made a difficult choice. He decided to keep the truth about Sasha's pregnancy a secret, at least for now. He convinced Sasha to remain silent as well, hoping to buy some time to figure out the best course of action. The weight of this new secret weighed heavily on him, but he told himself it was necessary to protect Willow and the family they had built. But as time went on, Michael began to feel the strain of his deception. The guilt gnawed at him day and night, and he knew it was only a matter of time before the truth would come out, one way or another. The stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, one that would force Michael to confront the consequences of his choices and decide once and for all what kind of man he truly wanted to be. And in the world of General Hospital, secrets like these never stay hidden for long. Stay tuned to see how this explosive story unfolds in Port Charles.